This is the fourth day of our trip, and we're going from Christianfeld up to Hirtshals. We're not going to show any of the driving today because we think over the last 3 days you've probably seen enough. But here we are packing up the car ready to go. But we thought first of all we'd have a walk around the town of Christianfeld so you can see a little bit about it.
Yes, it was very interesting. You notice this square is cobbled. We're sort of tucked behind the hotel here. The leaves are beginning to change. It was a nip in the air, as I recall. But...
Very much so. It's an interesting little town. It's not very big. It was created by Christian VII, who gave permission to a congregation of the Brethren to build a unique town centre. And this was back in 1773
yes.
to 1812. So in truth, it's actually quite a modern town by other villages that sort of grew organically. It's built on the grid system, so at every intersection it's a sort of right angle. As you can see, the roads are cobbled. It's an interesting place.
Yes. Once the females would perhaps live with their sisters or in one house, and any men would live with their brothers. But when they got married, they were given a house. Hence, the properties are so alike, which was quite interesting. So in the cemetery, on one side you have all, even if they've been married, when they pass away, you have the females on one side and the males on the other.
Which is a distinct difference, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Anyway, we had a sort of gentle walk around the town. We met some very interesting people, including a lady who was childminding, and she was driving an electrified pram, which we've never seen before, with 4 little ones.
And the wheels were huge. They sort of back from into the 1950s. Yes.
We've now arrived in Hirtshals, which has a population of 5,500. Between 1919 and 1931, an artificial harbour was constructed here to provide protection for the fishing fleet. It was further expanded in 1966, and in doing so became one of the largest fishing ports in Denmark. The town has also become the ferry gateway to Norway, Faroe Islands and Iceland, and we're using that gateway tonight when we take the ferry to Bergen, Norway.
Knowing that once we're on board, it'd be too late for our evening meal, so we decide to go into a restaurant and have fish and chips. John ordered a normal tea, but unfortunately when it came, it was rather...
After lunch, we went for a walk in the sand dunes, and as you can see, there is Hirtshals Fire, spelled Fyr.
That's the name of the lighthouse.
And it's actually looked after by volunteers.
Yes. The campsite has a good view over the North Sea, and plenty of RVs.
And as we pan around and you look out to sea, you can see the clouds are getting somewhat grey. And that's fairly ominous for tonight's trip. It wasn't particularly rough, but it was a little lumpy.
We didn't fall out of bed though, did we?
We certainly didn't.
No. In the north of Denmark, it was quite interesting because the sat-nav, rather than say the name of a road it wanted to go, it would spell it to you, which was quite interesting, wasn't it?
This is the MV Stavanger taking us to Bergen. We are leaving the car in Denmark and boarding as foot passengers, and we'll be departing this evening at around about 8 o'clock.
Here we are inside, looking at the decor and the ship's deck plan. And we'll be now going on to our cabin, which is on deck 8.
Yep.
Oh.
This is our cabin. And you have to put your card in for the lights to come on. safety instructions in a very sensible place. So we've got a place for your coats, we've got a ladder for the bunk bed,
Yes.
little shelf, television, mirror, and a stool, a little desk to work from. Very neat shower unit, and WC, and a sink. Don't see much in the way of towels at the moment, but I'm sure there are some. And then we've got a sofa, which I think comes down to a bed.
Bed, yes.
Not
You've got
entirely.
the bedding. You can see the mattress and the bedding there. Yeah.
A little picture.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate, we actually we can be able to look out and see the sea when we finally take off. Well, not take off, but sail.
And this is another single.
Picture.
isn't it?
And then we have another bed here.
Towels.
Oh, Nanny's found the towels.
Yeah.
So at some stage, we'll come back to you with it all properly set out. Well, we hope. Anyway, this is our bedroom for tonight. Not big, but it'll do. Now we actually ate in Herschel's, so we don't need to eat a dinner here. So we have booked a breakfast tomorrow morning, but not an evening meal. We thought we might try and keep it all down.